Hey guys, so I haven't done a garden update lately. We got a lot of rain, and when I say a lot of rain, we got like 7 inches in 2 days, I think. So it actually did a number on the garden. It destroyed some stuff completely. Some stuff just never came up, so I still have some more to plant, and we still have a really long season. It doesn't get cold here till almost November, like literally late October, early November. So I've still got quite a ways, and I'm going to get some more stuff planted, but I'm going to go around and show you kind of what got devastated and what's still doing well. I also need to build some trellis, but I don't think I have time this morning before I leave, so but I'll show you that. That's Jeff's chair, and he needs it back badly. Here's my archway, and there was actually a ton of water running through here. The water inside here was about ankle deep, and that was about 2 days after I planted these red beans that I got from Papa Pepper. They're a Chinese red bean, or red noodle bean. Also, some people call them yard-long beans. Anyway, I thought they were gonna all be ruined because this area was flooded. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side, and then over here I've got some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those seem to be doing pretty good. Obviously, they're gonna grow on this. The bean grows to about 3 feet long. That's why they call it a yard-long bean. So the beans should hang down to here, if they're on top. Hopefully it'll climb over. I'm gonna find something else that I can companion plant with this to help take over. Maybe something that flowers a lot, so if you guys have any suggestions. It doesn't get a whole lot of sun, but it does get enough. What? Will you do the trellis while your daddy goes to work? Huh. It's worth a try. Alright. Here was my favorite garden item this year, and that was my potatoes. I was actually having a contest with Jeff who could grow the best potatoes. This little rascal kept climbing around in the potatoes, but actually I ended up waging a worse war than him. I still never found out what did it, but something absolutely devastated my potatoes. I could have looked into it, but I was kind of bummed about the whole thing and didn't really want to. This was my strongest plant right here, and I've been bracing it up hoping that it would bounce back, but it keeps falling over. I don't think it's gonna make it, but yeah. Pure devastation on the potatoes. Alright, here's the little black racks that I put up. And if you guys remember, I planted cucumbers on them. That was the night that we got the 5 inches of rain, and it completely washed both of these areas. I had 0 cucumbers come up, so maybe this time I will start them and then transplant them over here, and then maybe build a place for the water to run through. That way it doesn't destroy them again. I'm definitely going to replant on these because I love the idea of using them. And someone recommended that I put something between them so they can kind of trellis between, and I probably will do that if I have something that's going to run like that. Okay. Y'all remember between these 2 trees I planted the, man, why is this thing fogging up? Between these 2 trees right here I planted the black-eyed peas. Hold on, I'm gonna take this camera apart. Dudes, sorry about that. It might happen again. The humidity is just really high right now. Alright, so between these I planted the black-eyed peas, and they didn't come up at all. That one's my Kentucky pole beans, so that kind of gives you an idea where we are. I actually planted the red noodle beans here as well, and they came up first, so I was excited because I knew I wasn't going to completely lose all of them, but then those other ones came up too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have 9 over here, and Bobblehead was really looking forward to these as well, so I'll give him some, and I'll give him some seeds for next year too, if my dog stays out of them, which is unlikely. Do not get, don't even, So, I don't know if you guys see these buckets, or if I explained them before, but they basically just catch water when it rains, and then the days it doesn't rain, I can water for free. I do have to be careful because if I forget about them for a while, they do breed mosquitoes. So keep that in mind if you take this idea. Lens is fogging up again. Alright, so here's my Kentucky pole beans. They run all the way down this length to that tree. A couple of these got washed is why they're this way. Anyway, they've started to trellis. Some of these haven't started to trellis yet, but they have started to trellis. Alright, camera's coming apart again, hold on. Alright, so they've started to trellis along this. They're just wrapping. I have some more string, but what I've done is made a Z, and I'm going to use some cheaper string to tie down this way and then tie up that way. That's kind of my idea. Like I said, I should already did this. Some of these are just trellising on each other. Some of them have grown to some other weeds that are growing and stuff like that, so I really need to get it done. Alright, here's the pole beans. This area is where I planted all my corn. Not a single one came up, so I got some more corn to plant, and I need to do that pretty shortly. Alright, taking the camera apart again. Alright, I'm just going to pan the yard real quick. You can see all this green growth. This is all trees that I cut down, and these are just suckers that are coming up. I didn't really have a way to dig up the stumps, and I wasn't going to go through all that work, but I will just fight these suckers until I drive myself crazy, I guess. But anyway, interwoven back and forth in this, all this high stuff is my okra. Alright, here's the okra right here. Very hardy, doing very well. Here's another one. There's another one. That one's kind of chewed up a little bit. It basically just zigzags, like I said, back and forth all through here. So it's kind of hard to show that, but they'll be bigger soon and it'll be easier. It's also hard not to step on them with all this green growth, but I got some little snippers for $2, and I'm about to go through and snip all these things. I've been cutting them all with a little handsaw, and that sucks. Okay, right here's where I did my rows of sweet peppers, where these buckets are running that way to about where Aloha's standing now. I was going to do my hot peppers in the dirt rows that I put right there, some compost, and this got washed the worst, and a couple peppers came up, but they were really weak, never really did great, so I'm going to start some on the side. I got plenty of seeds more. I'm going to start some on the side and then transplant them, and maybe that'd be easier for them to get established. Alright, last thing. I don't know if I ever told y'all this, because y'all can't really tell, but this is where my kale is, and it's actually the United States of America. I made the US out of rocks. Down here's Florida, and then there's Louisiana, Texas, goes around. Anyway, let me show you some kale. Kale's doing good. Got some more right here, and right here, and right there, and right there. Alright guys, well don't give me too hard a time about the kale, because I think that Jeff called me a yuppie for growing it. I can't even remember what he called me, but to that idea. Anyway, I've got to be at work in 20 minutes, and I've already cleaned the camera lens about 17 times from fogging up, so yeah, I'm going to call this one a day. But I appreciate you guys watching, and see you next time.